Hi, this is Elisa, the creator of Tiny Pumpkin Press, and today we are going to walk through the steps for using my template to create your very own custom How We Made book for your classroom and for your students. Now, this template was designed to create a book that will measure 5.5 by 8.5. So the template is formatted to print on 8.5 by 11-inch paper, double-sided, and then you can trim it and laminate it. So because of that, when you open up the document, the pages will appear out of order. So I have a number of things here to help you. And the first one is what I'm pointing to here, this How We Made recipe book preview, so that you can open it up and there you can see what the pages will look like in order. So you might just want to have that open while you're working to make reference to, or even to print it out. It just helps to visualize what the end product will look like. There are also page numbers on each page, and that after the cover, and so also just working in order, paying close attention to those page numbers in the corner will also help. All right, so now we're going to get started, and as you can see, I'm just putting in the name of my classroom and the year, centering it all in there. And the first thing that I want to do is just to save this file under a new name, and that way I just always have the original template intact, and I can make whatever changes I need to this one. I'm just going to customize my title. This is going to be a book about making smoothies, and once I write it in, I just play with the font, just the size, to get it as big and centered as possible. Okay, so now as you can see, I'm working on the second slide, even though it's actually, and that is page 1 and 2. And the text at the bottom, I haven't edited it yet, but it's going to say, one day at school, we made smoothies, we gathered up all the ingredients. So, as you can see, I'm putting in my first photo and using the drag and the crop tool to fit it onto those gray rectangles and inside the frames. It just lets you know where the photos should go. Okay, and so next we're going to work on the next half of this slide, which is page 2, and I need more photos. So as you can see, I deleted it, and I'm going to go into How We Made extra pages. And I'm just going to find the matching page, and I need space for 4 photos. So I'm just going to click on it and then copy it, and then head back to the template I'm working on and paste, put it right where it needs to go, and then I am going to right click and click send to back, and that way just the text boxes, sometimes I do it twice, the text boxes and the page number will now be visible. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and edit that text, and then I'm going to start to fill in just all the photos on this page. So when inserting photos, you can just have open the folder with your photos in them, and you can just drag them right onto the template and then resize them the way we did before. Sometimes you won't see it in the video right now, but sometimes if you go up to the toolbar where it says insert, you can do insert picture and open up the folder that way. And now while you're watching me insert and crop some more photos on this page, I'll just mention that you probably have noticed that photos in this video that include children, their faces and bodies will pretty much all be blurred because I'm just trying to demonstrate some of the technical aspects of using this template, but I just wanted to stress the importance and kind of the reason that I created Tiny Pumpkin Press is that I do want children to see themselves in the pages of books that we read at school. So now that blender ended up being an exciting part of the cooking experience for us, so I just wanted to make sure to get it in there. And now I'm just going to head back to the first slide because that's where page 3 is. So I'm going to go and put in a photo of us putting in the first ingredient, which is the blueberries. And once I place that photo in there, I'm going to edit the text, and except for on the cover, the rest of the editable text in this book is all written in gray, just so that you can find it easily, and you can just type in the text you want and then change it to black. Okay, so now that that pages done, we're going to head to the third slide because that has page 4 of the book. And I'm going to put in more photos of putting blueberries into our smoothie. And now a good chunk of the rest of this video is just a continuation of me putting in photos, editing the text, just following the same instructions that I've already laid out for you. But while I am just going to continue working on the book, I just want to chat a little bit about just some of the challenges of creating a book, some of the things I think about, some of the goals that I have in mind. So there really is a learning curve, I think, when cooking with children. You're managing children, managing ingredients, managing messes. So it can be another big step to learn to just kind of snap photos with one hand while all of that is going on. But it is important to me not to sacrifice the cooking experience for the sake of getting a great shot or thinking about this cute book that I want to create later on. I still want the cooking experience to be authentic, and then whatever photos I have, those are the ones that I'm going to use. And again, something that helps me both in thinking about the quality of my photos, and then when working within the templates, you can see there's a lot of cropping that has to happen, and then I worry, oh, I had this great photo and now I have to crop half of it. And I can sometimes feel a little bit stuck, but I really just try to keep in mind the overall goal, which is that this is a book for children, and they are going to love seeing themselves inside the book, and this is going to be a great tool for them to remember and reflect on a cooking experience that we have all shared together. And so as long as children can recognize themselves in the photos and can be reminded of the experience because they can see what's happening in the photos, it's perfect. And some other curricular goals that can be accomplished using this book is reviewing and using the vocabulary related to cooking, as well as practicing retelling events in sequence. And something that I haven't done yet, but I might try and you might want to try, is to find a way to use the words of the children in the text of the book, whether they dictate it to you or if your children are older and they could write it themselves. It might be something exciting to play around with. I'll certainly let you know if I do. Okay, one more technical thing that I want to show you is that when I was done creating this book, I had an extra slide. There are 2 extra book pages that I didn't need. So I just deleted those pages and all of the text boxes, but it did mean that I had to reformat a little bit and move the back cover over to that last slide over there. And then the last thing there is to do is to send this to print. Just choose print on both sides and flipping on the short edge, and you will be good to go. And then all that's left is some fun stuff, trimming off the border, cutting the pages in half, and my favorite part is using the laminator. Is there anyone who doesn't love that? And then you just put your pages together and you will have a wonderful book for your children to read. So thank you, and I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can email me at elisadeutsch@tinypumpkinpress.com. And if you liked using this template, you can follow my shop and leave a review, Tiny Pumpkin Press Printables. Thank you.